你好，这是马克. Hello, this is Dr. Mark Lennon of Frostburg State University. Today I'll be presenting about the Chinese pod on the iPhone and iPad. It is used in conjunction with the ChinesePod website, which we've shown in a different video. On the iPhone or iPad, the main screen appears like this. You can see a dashboard, bookmarked, and course. The dashboard is what we're interested in. We can see various courses that we've downloaded. Intermediate, Unlucky Day, these are dialogues. Upper Intermediate, Detective Lee and the Broken Glass. Elementary, Broken Pipe. And then the one we'll be looking at today, Elementary, Baiju or Beer. On the bottom, notice you can see Lessons, Player, Flashcard, and Options. The player is for when you want to listen to the MP3 files. The flashcards are somewhat limited. You can record flashcards of words that are in the dialogues, but you can't actually add to them. So they are far less robust than the trained Chinese software that we've looked at in earlier videos. So let's look at the elementary Baiju or Beer. So here's our sample lesson. What I like about ChinesePod is it's a lot of fun. You can see here the mere mention of Baiju, the white alcohol, strikes fear into the hearts of those foreigners who have tasted the fearsome liquid. Fortunately, it's usually not the only option. So this lesson is going to show you how to avoid getting Baiju and instead order beer. Each lesson comes with a listen section, a written dialogue, an expanded vocabulary section, and then expansion. We'll look at each of these in turn. In the listening section, you can download the lesson MP3, the dialogue MP3, and the review MP3. The lesson MP3 will consist of two speakers, a native speaker, Chinese, national, usually a woman, and an American who speaks fairly good Chinese, and they will go through the dialogue and explain various cultural points in both English and Chinese. Next, the dialogue will be played. This is oftentimes by a third speaker, a native speaker, and if it's two persons in the dialogue, it may be male and female. And then finally the review MP3, that's where just key points from the dialogue are played. The dialogue is also presented in written format, so you can see these are the phrases that are going to be used in this dialogue. Personally, what I like to do is use this on my iPad because the MP3s are downloaded into your iTunes library. So what I can do is have this appear on my iPad, and because the iPad has a larger screen than the iPhone, I can read the characters more readily and listen to the dialogue at the same time. So this way I get oral and reading practice at the same time. Notice to the right of each of the sentences there's an arrow. I'll show what that means now. You can see the first sentence, let's drink something first, and then the breakdown of the sentence, 我们先喝点酒. The thing I don't like about this, though, is that they only write the characters in pinyin. You can't actually click on them and listen to the pronunciation. Each lesson also comes with key vocabulary, 先 first, 喝 to drink, 点 a bit, little, 酒 alcohol, 不太 not to, 会 make sure, 少 by Joe. Notice there are arrows to the right of these as well. By clicking on these, it'll give a more detailed explanation of the usage of these various terminology. What's also very valuable in ChinesePod is the expansion from the dialogue. you can see a series of sentences. And the first one, under shall, let's look at it. Here's an expanded sentence. Don't buy so many clothes. We don't have room at home. Shall my dian yi fu. Again, however, they don't actually show the pronunciation in an MP3 file. You just have to read it in pinyin. And again, I would mention that you can click onto flashcards and save these words, but the problem is, unlike trained Chinese, you can't actually data enter in vocabulary that you're looking for. Thank you for your attention.